It has been a hot minute since we were able to live stream last. Things get a little bit trickier up here in northern Canada in the winter, but we are back. And so we are going to have another good live stream. We're going to start with bottle feeding Frou Frou, collecting eggs. We do have to do a bit of a specialty task here. Two things. One, come on, Lil, come on. We need to use a skid steer and put some straw in here. We are due for some straw. Hi, Gabby. That's why Gabby's standing here wondering if I'm bringing her treats. Hey, Frou Frou. And knife making. How you doing, buddy? We're just making our way into the barn here. Make sure everyone's happy and healthy. Everyone's doing good. Everyone's doing good. Okay, Frou Frou. We're gonna start with you. So let's spin the camera around. We're gonna turn on this flashlight, make things a little brighter. Turn this one off so I'm not staring into a light. Hello, everybody. I have a bottle for Frou Frou. Let's hang the egg basket up on the wall. And let's see where the goats are. Hi. Hello, everybody. Okay, bear with me while I try to get Frou Frou zooming around me. Trying to get into a position where everyone's not going to knock me over. And okay. Okay. Frou Frou, Frou Frou. Here you go, girl. Here you go. Bottle for you. Oh, everyone wants the bottle, but it's only for you. And there you go. Oh boy, goats are eating the camera. There you go, Frou Frou. Josh Buko, how you doing? Outdoors is the cure. How you doing? Long time no live. Glad to see you, buddy. Thank you. It has been a hot minute. I wasn't able to go live last week, and so it has been a little more than a week and a bit. But we're back. Trying to. Everything is harder in the winter. Okay, you're not allowed to eat it. This is for the girl. This is for the baby. But Bast, hey Bast. This is Bast. He was bottle fed when he was a baby, and so I think he remembers this process, and he's feeling a little jealous. This is the first time I'm bottle feeding her with everyone else. She's now old enough and big enough to join the pack, and so there might be a little bit of curiosity and a little bit of jealousy going on from the other goats. But that's okay. Hey, be nice to her. Be nice to her, big guy. Arr, arr. So we're going to start off by bottle feeding Frou Frou here. And then I'm going to go collect eggs. Here, I got the bottle upside down on you, girl. You're getting dripped on from the airport. There you go. Oh, it was cold up here in Canada today. It was minus 20, 21, minus 22 Celsius plus wind chill. Oh boy, girl, you are having a hard go. There you go. It was freezing this morning. It's warmed up a lot tonight, which is good. Good for the animals, good for the house, good for everyone. But it was, yeah, minus 22, minus 23 Celsius today. Just frigid. Oh boy. Oh boy. Get your big head out of here, Bast. Oh, oh boy. Oh boy. And so this is Frou Frou. Alex says, because why would you live there? It is freezing, but we still love it. You know what? One of the nice things about living in the far remote north of Canada is I have 156 acres on the lake. It's a peninsula. The water goes all the way around. So the whole property is waterfront. You just can't afford that. You know, in most any city center or the further south and the nicer it gets. But way up here in northern Canada, people don't generally want to live up here. So, yes, you got to trade a few rough months out in the cold, but the rest of the year it is wonderful. Danica, how you doing? How are you doing? Welcome to our homestead. And guys, if anyone here is a repeat viewer and it seems like I don't remember you, it's because YouTube changed the way your names look again. Now it's going by your handles instead of your usernames. And that messes all of us live streamers up because we get so used to referring to you guys by name and then all the names change on us. So I do apologize if I seem to be forgetting anyone. It's just that they messed us up again. You're a ferocious little eater. Okay, there you go. That is your evening serving. Come here. I wanna wipe your face off. I don't want you to have cold milk on your face. Oh boy. There you go. There you go. Okay, so that is one animal chore done. That's one farm chore done. Now we got to go collect some eggs. So we are going to go collect some eggs. I do want to. One of the donkeys, my hoof pick wasn't able to clean out their hooves very well this morning, and so I'm going to try taking a hammer to hit the ice off of their hoof. But first, let's go see the chickens and the ducks. We're also going to walk over towards the fence line because we've got some fresh snow here, and that'll help tell me if there's been any predators trying to visit lately. So let's see. Outside, yeah, I've got to close up their yard. Let's collect some eggs from the chickens. Hello, chickens. Nice to see you guys all warm and snuggly in here. We only have one egg right now. We collected throughout the day, so that we don't always get a lot of eggs in here in the evening. Hello, chickens. Sorry, guys, I'm making you guys stare right at a chicken butt. But I only see one egg there. So that is all we will collect for tonight. Hello, everybody. And Alex says, trade for comfort, like Florida. Yeah. There's a lot of people up here. We call them snowbirds. Oh, you can't even see inside the window. We call it snowbirds. A lot of people will spend their winters down in Florida from Canada. Okay, chickens. Quick head count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Everybody's in here. So I'm going to close the door for the night. The door that bird is on. Since y'all are in here anyway, let's close the door. I need to bring my rake in here. I need to bring my rake in because what I've been doing is I built this trap door connecting to their outside yard, but I need to keep all the hay away from it, and they like to pile it in there. And so I kind of need to scrape this away. It's a bit of a process, as you guys can see. That might be good enough to get closed enough for the night. And I need to release the drawstring. Yeah, that's good enough. I'll just give it a little push. Watch out, chicken. There we go. Closed up tight for the night. And let me just reposition myself and read the chat for a second. Because then we're going to go put this one lonely egg in the house, put the bottle away, and then we're going to go see the donkeys. So, like I said, I want to clean out a donkey's hoof. And whoa there, buddy, says, that's so cool. Alex says it even feels uncomfortable to watch. Answer says, I saw one of your chickens twerking. Maybe that's the YouTube short for the day. Twerking chickens. Put it to a good beat. Brian says hi, and outdoors, as the Kier says. And here in Arizona, not gonna lie, hate it when they come and 20-ish minute commute morning and evening, and accidents skyrocketing. Yeah, up here in northern Canada where I live, I was gonna take my kid to his swim club, but it's like half hour, 45 minutes away. And the roads were just terrible. The snow was coming in pretty aggressively today, and I was worried they were going to shut the roads down. So I decided to skip it. I got to hang this wire up. So I decided not to take him in today to his swimming, take a day off rather than risk it stuck on the highways. And Brian says, how has your day been? It's been good, buddy. Thank you for asking. I can't complain. Let's put the ducks away for the night. Hello, ducks. Up you go into your house. Set the eggs down. Got to close up this door. We're just trying to button off these evening chores around the homestead. Get this. Oh, is that not stealing right now? That's good enough for now. Here are Here are the ducks. And Dickie says, fat hens producing an egg every day. We're getting probably about a dozen eggs a day right now. In the summer, we were getting closer to 18 eggs a day. There's 14 laying hens, so we're getting close to one a day right now. But we were getting almost 1.5 a day in the summer. It was nice. So here are the ducks. The ducks are also laying eggs. The white ones should start laying very soon. The darker ones are all already laying, but the white ones, we hatched them a little later in the year, so they haven't started laying yet. Soon enough. Soon enough. Okay. Let's grab this egg, grab the feed bottle. We'll check the other, we'll check and make sure they didn't lay any eggs in this nesting box because sometimes they'll do that. No eggs in there. We're not putting straw in there, so we're not encouraging them to lay eggs in there right now. This is their summer house, but I connected it just so they'd have the yard and some freedom to move around on these warmer days. Like I said, it was minus 22 degrees Celsius this morning, but it's only around minus 11, minus 12 right now. So it's warmed up quite a bit tonight, which is good because that really cold weather was miserable. Okay, we're going to put the egg and the milk bottle for the goats. We're going to put those away. I also need to do a check on the other goats because it's a warmer night tonight. And I got 2 of them who are very close to having their babies. And so I need to check to make sure that they haven't, they're not close. They're not going into labor tonight. If they are, I got to move them into the other side of the barn where I have a heater. So we will cross that road in a second. But first, we got to put the one lonely egg in the milk bottle in the house. Yeah, it's minus 10, minus 12, somewhere in there. And that is very warm for what we've been having. This is nice weather. This is nice working weather. I can live with this. Yeah, given the basket and one egg. Okay. Now, I need to go grab a hammer. I also have the battery jumper hooked up to the skid steer right now. So we're charging that battery. Maybe we try to start the skid steer quick. We'll see if it'll start. It's just got a weak battery on it. It must have froze at some point. And so I need to replace the battery. I just haven't got around to it. So we got the good old jumper cable hack going on. Let's see if it'll start. Let's see where we're at now. Ooh, that didn't sound good. I don't know. We might have to wait longer. I did put the block heater on, but she's very dead right now. We're going to leave it. We're going to leave it. We got to leave it longer. She's not wanting to try at all. I tried before I put the jumpers on. I should have just put the jumpers on. she's not a fan of the cold right now. Let's grab my hammer and go see if we can clean up that donkey hoof. Hammer. Handy dandy hammer. So I have one of my donkey's hooves are very iced up. One of Ginny's hooves. And so I need to try to break that ice up. And doing it with the pick by hand just wasn't working. So I'll just give it some taps. Compa Rays, how you doing? Welcome back to the stream. Says, it's 37 here in Texas, and I'm dying with this cold. How are you doing, brother? Blessings to you and your family. Thank you. I appreciate you. Hi, rabbits. It was minus 22 Celsius here. So what's that in Fahrenheit? Is that like minus 14, minus 15 Fahrenheit? Somewhere in there? Okay. Who do we got over here? I'm looking for Georgia. I think I'm looking for Georgia. Here they are over here. Okay, so these are the donkeys. They're not as, I gotta brush them off too. Hey, girl. Hey. I need you to stop. Okay, I wanna check your hooves. Let me check your hooves, girl. Okay, bear with me, guys. Okay, hey, hey, hey. Okay, let me see your feet. Let me see your feet. That one's not bad. Definitely not that one. That one's good. Don't kick me with your other one while I'm doing this. I'm in a bad position, guys. You don't want to get in behind them because they could kick you. Okay, well, those three were good. Is it the other donkey then that has a bad one, or is it your front one? Front one, maybe. Okay, let me do your front hoof. I'm coming around. It's okay. Hey, hey, hey. Okay, okay. Whoa. Settle, girl. Settle. Hey, let me see your foot. Let me see your foot. No, it's not your feet. Your feet are okay. So it must be the other one. Okay, we got to try this donkey. If I can catch her. I got to catch her and calm her down. Hey, hey. Whoa, girl. Settle. 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 Hey, hey, hey. It's okay. I want to do your feet. Don't run away from me. This is going to be harder to film than I was expecting. Hello, donkey. You know I was just trying to help you, right? But I got to get this girl. And Eric says, do you have snow? Yes, this is all snow out here. I'm trying to clean off her feet because they're balled up with. Hi, Frou. Hi, guys. Careful, you. That's a bad spot to be standing. You don't like the cold on your feet either, eh? Okay. I'm chasing a donkey. This is not going well. Maybe if I get her in the barn. I just want to. I should have. I might have to go grab the halter. I might have to put the halter on her if she's not going to let me just do it. Into the barn. Into the barn so I can trap you. Come on, Faye. You're making this difficult. Get out of the way. Faye. Okay. Okay. Bear with me, guys. I got her trapped in the barn. Okay, baby goats, you guys got to be careful. Hey, Frou, you got to be careful. No, Frou. I don't want you to get stepped on. She's not comfortable right now. Okay, that hoof is good. That one's good. Now I got to go around and not get kicked. Oh, stay. You want to come around this way. Let me see this one. That's good. And last one. Okay. Good. Now, Frou, out of the way. There we go. They weren't as bad as they were earlier. Earlier, there was a giant ball of ice. This was just snow. So there was a giant ball of ice stuck on her hoof. And I thought that I was going to need to use the hammer to get it out, but it wasn't that bad. Crystal says, hello, everyone. And do the donkeys fly? They could make me fly or a goat fly if they kick. And Crystal says, the goat wants a turn. We got to check. She's very pregnant any day now. And same with her. She's starting to look very close. Oh, she's very close, though. Very close. I got a separate barn for her, so I got to check. I'm gonna face you guys towards the other animals because I got to look under her tail, which isn't the most glorious action shot for you guys. Doesn't look like today's the day though. Those babies are in there. Okay, let's check you. I gotta check you. Let me see. You gotta stop moving, girl. I don't know, man. You're close. You're so close. We're gonna have to spend. We're gonna have to be listening to the baby monitor. I have a. Hi guys. Hello. Everyone's curious as to what the crazy man is doing. I have a baby monitor set up in here, and I've got a tarped off area with a heater in there. So if one of them go into labor tonight, I can move them into here and keep them warm. Oh, tricky business, guys. Evan says, this is cool. They are very social. Yes. And let's blind myself. We'll flip the camera around for 1 second and say hello to you guys. Let's go right here. How you guys doing? I'm Justin. Welcome to My Wildlife. We're out here on the homestead tonight, just doing some animal chores, taking care of everyone, making sure everyone is happy and healthy. We got some goats that are due any day now, so we got to keep a close eye and ear on them. And of course, we got the donkeys and the cows and all the goats here. I want to put another bale of hay in here tonight. So they're down to the nitty gritty of the last bale I put in here. So they are due for me to move another one in here. Obviously difficult when you're working during the day. So we're going to do it tonight. We're going to do it next. But otherwise, everyone seems happy and healthy enough. I guess it warmed up enough that the ice block that was on the donkey's hoof must have cleared itself because that wasn't that bad. I definitely could have done that with the pick. I didn't need to use the hammer, but better safe than sorry. And Georgia, how are you doing, Georgia? It has been so cold today. It's warmed up a lot where I am. It was minus 22, minus 23 this morning. It's about minus 12. Evans, yes, we are in Canada. We're in the further north. Tassie, man, how are you doing? I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling good. Crystal says, are you the animal doctor or do they have their own? We do call out like a farrier every once in a while for the donkeys. We deal with the vets a little bit, at least to get the medication. But where I live up north here, there's no real large animal vets, so you got to do pretty well all of it yourself. And Georgia says, keep the snow there. Let's spin you guys back around and show what we got. So, it's that time of year. She's snowy. She is getting snowy. Let's try to put my glove back on to protect my little bitty fingers. Okay. Can you guys tell me if this is a good idea? I'm going to start a poll. Video. This is too long to do a poll. Let's get rid of the poll. Let's just ask you guys. I had this crazy idea. I don't know if I could do it this year because I had spinal surgery a couple months ago and, my back needs to be good. But this is my barn setup. It is not insulated, but I keep lots of straw in here. We got 4-side cover. It's dry. I do have some new weather stripping coming to put over this door just to block the door. But I had a thought today about a video idea, and I don't know if it's a good idea or a bad idea. My thought was doing a video such that can you survive minus 20 degrees Celsius overnight in a barn? And the idea would be to set up a camera in like the corner of the barn, like up here, and do a time lapse looking in and trying to camp it overnight in the barn with all the animals. So, building yourself a bit of a straw bed, trying to use their heat, maybe doing a one of those hanging hammock tents in the corner of the barn. And, just recording that whole miserable experience to see how comfortable you can survive at, say, minus 20 degrees in a barn. I don't know, man. Is that a good idea or a bad idea? Is that watchable or not watchable? I don't know. In my head, it's crazy enough to work. Crystal says, do the animals... Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Trying to use gloves and do the screen is difficult. Do the animals listen to music, and what do they like for music? Honestly, I don't put music on for the animals that often. Maybe I should start. And Kane says it's a good idea. Crystal says, yes, you could survive, and that would be interesting. Compa says, $10 survival challenge. Keezer says, I like it. Okay, so we got some crazy wild ones in the chat. We got some people who are down to watch me suffer out here. I don't know when I'll do this if I do plan to do it. It's an idea that's floating around, and you know how those ideas work. They sit in your head long enough until you just commit to doing it. And the great one says, I'm from America. Well, welcome to Canada. Beetlejuice says, nice goats, man. Darlene says, did the other two goats have their babies yet? No, but they look like they're going to explode. Look at her. Not yet, though. Not today. Not today. I thought they were going to have their babies a week or two ago. In fact, technically, I would have thought she would have had her babies before Oreo over there. I was surprised Oreo was the first one to have her babies, to be honest. And Keezer says, I think it's a very good idea. I don't think you'll suffer at all. I think the only thing that'll be not fun is trying to find obviously I got to muck the barn out. You don't want to be sleeping on poop or getting pooped on in the middle of the night. You got to be careful because when the bigger animals, the cows, when they want to roll over or move, you got to make sure you don't get crushed. And then you're going to have things like mice trying to run across your chest, which just doesn't sound that fun. But hey, we could do it. Goats sleep standing up? No, these guys are all awake right now. They're all awake. They're all awake. They're just snuggling. They sleep lying down with everyone else. Normally when the cows come in here, the goats will snuggle up beside them. And yeah, they're all putting on their winter fluff though. They're all looking quite chubby and fat because they're fluffed up for the winter to stay warm. That one looks like a marshmallow. She's ginormous. That's Maple. Ernie, how you doing? Ernie says, LOL, you will be spending a night in the barn when they have their little ones. That is true. Well, generally what I do is when the goats have their babies when it's this cold, I bring the mom and the babies in the house for the night. And then I'll keep them in the house for a night or two before, if it's warm enough, I can bring the babies back out here. Yeah, it's an interesting homestead when the goats have to live in the house for a few days. And Beetlejuice says, hell yeah, keep each other warm. Speaking of which, let's just make sure the water's not frozen. We're good. Okay, we're going to go try to start the skid steer again because I want to get a hay bale in here for them. I want to get another hay bale in here. I left the gate open, but the cows didn't notice. That's good. And I'm banking on the fact that the donkeys didn't notice either. Okay, we got to put our hammer back. My truck shut off because you got to love that. You know, modern vehicles on a farm kill me. They've got the automatic shut off for emissions. But when you're trying to use it to boost a machine, you don't want it shutting off on you. What a hassle. And you know what's crazy, guys? I have some moisture in the door handle, and I can't open the inside door handle unless it's really warm. It's completely frozen. I can't open it. I got quoted $1,000 to fix it, and I told them it's just frozen. I just need to throw some de-icer in it. $1,000 to fix that. It's literally just some ice. Okay, we got the jumper cables on here because, weak battery. I got to change the battery. I got to get in there and change the battery. But boost it for now. Let's put the hammer away and then we'll see if she'll start. And you can melt ice with fire. Just don't let it drip on the fire. I watched a video of somebody who made one of those rocket stoves. You know those rocket stoves? Okay, let's just put the hammer down here because it doesn't want to hang up right now. You know those rocket stoves that, or for example, what do you call it? They've got when you take a log, I think is it a Swedish log fire? You take a log, you drill a hole in the side and in through the top. Someone did that with ice, and it actually worked very well. It creates a natural air funnel, and the flames get going. Come on, baby, start for me this time. Let's turn a little bit more throttle. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. This is the joys of Northern Canada. I tried plugging in the block here, but it's been about 2 hours. I'd like to think that was enough. Come on, why are you so dead? You're plugged into the truck. The joys, guys, the joys. We're gonna flip you guys around to me so you can watch me suffer here. The joys. Trying to start the skid steer here. I might have to boost it a lot longer. I have another booster battery pack. I might try that. Oh, we were close that time. So close. Little more throttle. Nope. The joys of trying to start cold machines. And we gotta let it warm up for a bit once we do get it running. She's close. Don't want to burn out the starter either. And don't eat yellow snow. Wisdom from Steve. And Crystal says, I am watching from Edmonton, Alberta, so I can understand your issues. Northern Canadian issues, eh? It just draws so much amperage to start this machine that my truck isn't putting out enough amps to start it. I do have a battery booster pack that I should try because it's more powerful. I think we're going to switch over to that and try that. Should be fully charged. I use it to jumpstart my house because I live off grid here. And every once in a while, the generator doesn't do its job and the batteries to the house die. So I got to use the other battery booster pack to get things back fired up. And so that's what we're going to try. It's plugged in, so it should be fully charged. Speaking of which, this is my off-grid setup. So we're going to check how many volts the house is running at right now to see. We are at 26 volts, so we're good till tomorrow. Okay, let's this guy's fully charged, so we're gonna try jumping the battery with this battery booster. I want to get the skid steer started because I want to get another bale of hay into the cows tonight. Always something, eh, guys? Always something. Okay, let's grab this. Oh. Okay. Okay. You guys get to watch the real homestead struggles. You know, you guys watch too many YouTube videos of people out on their farms homesteading and it's all happy snuggles with goats, but you guys don't always get to see the struggles of trying to boost your machines and deal with the extreme cold weather and get things going. So, welcome to my wildlife where you guys get a little bit of a taste of this. Okay. Get this off. Also, I noticed my block heater sparking. I've got a bad wire to the block heater. I'm gonna have to cut the block heater wire. I'm gonna have to cut the block heater wire and splice it because it's arcing out against itself. It's got a tear in it, and obviously we don't want to burn the machine down. And it's probably not heating the block as much as I'd like it to be, if at all. So let's unplug that since it's not doing its job. I don't think. Center cord's wedged in there, but I'll get it off once I get this started. I'll turn my headlight on. Plug this guy on here. And see what I'm doing. Okay, that should be there. And then set this to 12 volts. Okay, we'll give that a hot minute and then we'll try again. We'll go sit in the machine. Then I'll read the chat. Get back in there. Oh, and bring you guys back down. Okay. Oh, oh boy. Oh boy. There we go. And there we go. Always something, guys. Always something. Let's put the. Okay. Let's see what we got going on here. Let's turn this light back off. And I pulled my back. Compass says I pulled my back last week. Way better now. Watching that snow is making my back active again. Oh, come on. I don't think that battery pack is giving nearly enough juice. 12.3 volts. I don't know if I have to leave it on for a while. I got nothing with that. At least with the truck, I had some juice. 13.2 with the alternator. I thought this thing would get me going here right away, but looks like I'm going to be struggling a little more than I was expecting. Waiting for the glow plugs have ran so many times. Oh, that felt close. Give it another try. Should get a NOCO boost enough to jump a 18 wheeler. This pack I have is pretty powerful, but she's not doing the job tonight. This battery is just toast. This battery needs to be replaced. This battery is giving me so much grief. I wanted to start this. I'm gonna have to go back to the truck. At least the truck's putting out 13.2 volts, even if it's a little less cranking amps. This isn't doing anything. So that's no bueno. We got to switch back to the truck. Wah, wah. That's my negative review of the truck pack. Truck pack, you have failed this city. You did not boost my machine. There. Back onto these guys. Sorry, guys. Thanks for being patient with me while I'm kind of messing around with the machines. Okay. Okay. Oh, you know what we're going to do? In the meantime, we'll put this back and we'll hang out in the garage for a hot minute and just chat with you guys. Let the truck run. The other thing is these dang high efficiency trucks, they low idle when you're not using them. And so they're not putting out nearly as much amperage for boosting as I'd like. Always something. Always something. Anyway, Robert, how you doing, buddy? Lily says hi, and Crystal says, and that's okay, having fun watching and learning. Well, you're watching and learning me fail right now. That was not the success I wanted it to be, but that's okay. And have you seen Santa's workshop yet? Are you talking about a movie? I need to adjust my light here, so bear with me. I've got my ATV pulled apart over there. My ATV's pulled apart because I ordered in a replacement fuel pump. So my ATV's taking up half the garage here because I need to replace the fuel pump. It's got a vacuum pump on it and it's got a torn diaphragm in it. So once that part comes in this week, I can fix that. We watched the other day with the kids a movie called Noel. That was a Christmas movie called Noel. It was okay. And Crystal says, yes, has Santa ever saw any of your animals? Um, so we have had two Christmases on the farm. This is our second year. Is this our second Christmas or third? My brain is not working. I can't remember if this is the third year or the second year. It's got to be the third year. This is our third Christmas. Second full year, third Christmas. If that makes sense. And Lily says, I ain't been here in a long time. How are you doing, Lily? Welcome back. And Outdoors as the Cure says, are you here for a good time, Lily? Not a long time? We're here for a good time? Not a long time? Daniel, how you doing? We're struggling with our machine right now because it's cold. It's very cold. And so it doesn't want to fire up because it's got a weak battery. I suspect that the battery is frozen in the past because on the best days, it's only putting out like 11.9 volts on its own. So I got to replace it. I've been getting by just boosting it with the truck and jumping it, but that is not working right now. Is your face not hurting in the cold? I mean, my face is going red, but it doesn't hurt. It's a lot warmer right now than it was. Just this morning was minus 25. That was miserable. My beard was freezing up and sticking to my face. We're going to sit in the machine again. Ugh. I'm not being patient, but I want to get this thing started so I can let it warm up and get on with my day, my night. Come on, Betsy. I believe in you, girl. Come on. Just wait for the glow plug to turn off. Might cycle it a couple times here. I'm going to cycle it a couple times before I try. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Cycle the glow plugs a couple of times, then we're going to give it a honest effort. Nice thing about this skid steer, I ran it out of fuel a little while ago, and it has a primer built into it, and so I just had to cycle the key a handful of times, and then it primed, which was very nice. The fuel shouldn't be gelled. I I put some fuel in it not long ago, and it would have been winter grade. It's just the battery is frozen or was frozen. Oh, that wanted to crank over. So close, so close. So the battery, this machine, I bought it at an auction used, and they probably never replaced the battery. And so the alternator works great. The alternator brings her up to 13.8 volts. Um, but as soon as I turn it off, it's back to 11 point something. So it's just a bad battery. Lily, you have yourself a good night. Oh, come on. You feel so close. And Crystal says, "Does anyone help you out around your off-grid farm? There are lots for people to do." So my wife and kids are a fantastic help. I have a wife and 5 kids, but otherwise, I'm very stubborn as a man usually is, and I do everything else myself. Come on, we gave up all the juice we had. We're into clicky territory. I think we gotta just let it idle for a while. Just let it idle for a while. It feels so close though. When it wants to. One of these times, it's just gonna take. Come on, Betsy. I also don't want to burn up my starter. Come on. So close and yet so far. So close and yet so far. I don't want to put any ether into it because I don't think that's my problem. My problem's just the dang battery. Have you seen videos on YouTube about using a stick welder to restore a lead acid battery? I have not. I have not. That sounds very intriguing. Grid says, I walked by a group of people at work today and farted real loud. Only my coworker heard, but it straight crop dusted them. Not considerate at all. It's close to Christmas. If you act like that, you're going to get coal. Compare says, when you got to use the restroom really bad, what's your game plan? And Crystal says, I had 9 kids and they knew how to help. Crystal, that is awesome. That is awesome. I have 5 sons. Come on. Come on. You got to give me something. You can't just not crank it all. It's got the battery warning on, telling me that my battery's low. It's like, I know my battery's low. This might be a hopeless cause for right now. Oh, it's throwing error codes because I'm taking too long trying to start it. Come on. This is painful for me. I'm sorry for you guys. It's painful for you guys to watch, I'm sure. I should just walk away and just let it charge for a while. Okay, that's what we're doing. We're walking away. We're gonna go hang out with the animals. We'll let it just keep going. I'm gonna go sit. Do I go step on the throttle in my truck? How do I get it to not kill the battery to my truck? Let's turn this off. Close the door here. Um, the truck has the auto shut off. We're gonna go hang out with the animals again because we just gotta let this do its thing for a while. But I just want to come in here, give it a little throttle, just so that it knows that I'm not really idle. Okay, let's go see the animals. Let's go hang out with the animals. I'm bored of having you guys watch me just struggle with that. So we are going to carry on and go hang out with Lily. Hi, girl. Hello, Lily. Hello. We're just gonna let that charge and hopefully I get it going. Otherwise, I'll fight with it in the morning. What do you have for safety, self-defense? Uh, if you mean rifles, I got them. Come on, though. You can come in. Many and various. And Zuko, hey, Jericho says, that is a bad A hat, my friend. Grid says, my coworker was like, did you just fart? And I said, yeah, let's get out of here. And snow is pretty. Yes, it is. It is indeed. Maybe we can do a little bit of work in here because if I got you guys on this, I can turn this light on. I can spin this around so I can see you guys. We can go like this. We turn the brightness on. Oh boy, my my strap is coming off of this. Can we see this? We can see this. And we can raise this up a bit. I got my headlamp batteries dying, I think. But I want to muck the barn out a little bit while I got you guys here. And let's get this set up better, taller. And I got to fix, maybe that's fine. We got snow in West Virginia too. And Kaiser says, you said you have 5 sons. How old are you, mate? 17. It's been a rough life. I never said they were all with the same woman. No, I'm 33, turning 34 soon, and yeah, my kids are 8, 6, 4, 2, and 0. You just out there coughing, little man? Yeah. And the animals are like, oh no, here comes the human again. Everybody act natural. And Crystal says, do those animals know your voice? Do they listen to you? Yes. The goats are like dogs. The goats are very, very friendly. Hey, big guy. All of them are just the sweetest. They come when you call them. They're super nice, super kind. No issues with the animals. I've got 2 newer cows that I haven't spent as much time with, and those cows are a little more skittish. They tend to leave the barn when I come in. Everyone else is pretty chill. The donkeys and the goats right now are uh, out grazing on some hay, so they're not in the barn right now. These guys are getting ready for bed. I got a little frou frou by my feet. I'm trying not to step on her because she is just, oh boy, trying to get the lighting right where it's not gonna, maybe I gotta turn the artificial light off. No, I think it's still better. I just gotta try not to blind the camera or I don't know. Okay. Ah, and Quinn is in the chat saying ba and moo. Compa says, my oldest just turned 18 last week. Time flies when you have kids. And Derico says, I would have guessed 27. They say goats know voices and faces. And she's still taking the bottle. Yes, I'm still feeding her frou frou. Here, I'll pick her up to show you guys. Frou frou. Frou frou here is still on the bottle. So I'm still feeding her 3 times a day. She takes more. She takes a full bottle now. And she's getting some size to her. She's plumping out. She's very full right now because I fed her a whole bottle. But isn't that right, girl? Isn't that right? And so, yeah, This is Frou Frou. Now, I am selling her to one of our friends who is getting into goats. So, in about 2 to 3 weeks, sometime around Christmas or just after, Frou Frou is getting rehoused. But that'll be once she's off the bottle. So, in about 3 more weeks. And Colma says, sure does fly, man. And Kaiser says, good on you, mate. Seems like a very wholesome guy. Thank you. We I think we are. I think I'm wholesome. I think we're a wholesome channel. We try to be. How are the quacks? The ducks and the chickens are doing fantastic. We collected some eggs at the start of the stream or near the start of the stream after we fed her. And yeah, they're good. Cola says, I hear goat steak is very good. I'm not a huge fan of goat meat. I'd rather just have beef or pig or deer or moose. So, yeah, I prefer all that. I raise the goats primarily for milk. So these goats behind me are primarily milk breeds. And the donkeys settled in. Yes, I don't know where they went, or I don't know where the donkeys went right now. They took off somewhere in the field, but they're good. They're good. Not long ago, they I was with them maybe 20 minutes ago, and I was just cleaning their hooves out for the night. So they are good. They're doing really well. And Compa says, definitely the best YouTube channel I've ever seen. Thank you, Compa. I appreciate that. I do appreciate that. Crystal says, how to vet out the homes for the individuals you sell your babies to. Well, this one I'm selling to a friend. At the end of the day, um, it's not really my full job to police the other people. If I sell someone a goat and they choose to eat it, it is what it is. Um, I mean, you know, you just can't be too controlling. If it's an animal that I can't keep on my homestead and I don't choose to eat, then whatever anyone else does with it, it is what it is. Um, I sold someone like 6 ducks, and they were all drakes, 6 drakes, and I'm like, what is someone going to need to do with 6 drakes? And I was thinking that they were going to have a bunch of ducks. You need like 5 ducks per drake, um, for them to breed and not fight with each other. And I got to this person's place and they had no ducks, zero. So they just bought 6 male ducks off of me. And I can't help but think that they all became freezer food. Again, it's not really my job to decide or to question them. It is what it is. Um, and Derico says, do you lose power out there every now and then? Yeah. Yesterday, I had to talk my wife through using the backup generator because she couldn't get the main generator to start and we ran out of power. So I had to talk her through that process. And Compa says, do you walk your perimeter at night or do you just wait until the morning to check on the animals? So I've got the donkeys in here and they're pretty good at patrolling the fence line. That's where they are right now. They're out somewhere along the fence line right now. And my dog does a very good job of chasing things away. The other night, she was having a little barking fest, but she wasn't brave enough. It might have been a coyote that she was alerting to, and she wasn't brave enough to go herself. So I went out in the woods with her, and I couldn't see it, but something spooked. I couldn't see it. And Derico says, how is your back and your leg? Getting better every day. The other day at the gym, I ran my first mile continuously since having spinal surgery. Now, pre surgery, I was running a 7-minute mile. This mile took me 10 minutes, but I was able to go a continuous mile. And I was happy with that. So we are getting better every day. Still some stiffness, still some soreness, but it's going to take time to heal. It's going to take time. I live a little bit of a busy life. There's always farm chores and things to do. And so, I never give my back a true break, but getting better every day. So soon enough, I'm going to put this girl down so she can go snuggle with the other goats. Where's your mom? Your mom's over here. She's probably going to run right back up to me. Oh, she's still over there. I put her right in the corner snuggling with her siblings. Let's see if there's anything else we got to muck in here before bedtime. Try to keep all the manure and everything out of here so that everyone's got a nice place to sleep for the night. Not that it's the most fun thing to watch on YouTube, a man shoveling poop out of his barn, but it is part of the homestead experience, my friends. If I wasn't shoveling poop, then you'd think I was faking it. Okay. I think my truck might have shut off again. These dang auto trucks. We got to walk back over there. Oh, the light's still on. I just don't hear it running, but the light's on, so that's a good sign. I just want the skid steer to start because I want to put a bale out. If I want to put a bale out. If I can't get it to start, then tomorrow I'll buy a new battery and then I'll charge it during the day at work and then I'll swap it in the morning or evening, I should say. The animals will be fine for another day, but they're getting a little sparse on hay and I want them to be fat and healthy and happy for the winter. And I've got the hay. I just need my machine to start so I can put it in. So let's try one more time. Cross your fingers for me that the machine's gonna start. Because if it doesn't, I'm giving up for now. We're getting too late for the machine to fight with the machine every minute. So let's try it and see what happens. Okay, come on, Betsy. Let the glow plugs do their thing. Nothing. I don't think I'm gonna get it. Don't think I'm gonna get it. She doesn't want to start at all. She does not want to start at all. And baby being a diva, oh, the skid steer's being a diva. It's just got a weak battery. I just got to change it. I'll have to pull the battery in the morning and then put a brand new one in it. Batteries now are crazy though. Like a battery for this machine is probably going to run like $600 to have the right cranking amps. It's just brutal. They last half as long as they used to, and they're 4 times more expensive. Our Canadian dollars don't stretch as far as your American dollars. Despite everyone's hangups with or a lot of people's hangups with Trump, the Canadian economy is terrible. See, here's the thing, guys. I saw a video on TikTok or Reddit, I guess, or somewhere, Reddit, and it was a post from Las Vegas, and it was kind of saying like, "We scared all the Canadians away." You know what the reality is? Our economy is so bad up here, we can't afford to go gambling. It's not that we don't like America; it's that we can't afford to go. Our dollar is way too weak. Oh, come on. Okay, we're gonna have to give up. We're gonna have to give up. We're gonna have to give up. It's too hard on the starter to just keep messing around. So I think we got to give up. Why is my hydraulic light still on? Strange. I said I got to give up, and then you got to keep trying. That's a man thing. It's not enough. Not enough juice. Not enough juice. Give it a second. We'll try again. And Crystal says, "Well, we have the circus guy running the show now. Go for Carney, lol." Oh, it was so close. Now we gotta let this warm up. A man's stubborn pride. I tells you guys. We got her fired up. Now we can't use it for a bit. Okay. That was I don't know if I could call that a success, but we got the machine running. Okay. Yes, it's running. It's running. There we go. We were lit up like the 4th of July. That was harder than it needed to be, but we got her running. Oh, my rabbit hat's getting all disheveled. I got the front pushed down, trying to get the light. Anyway, I'm rooting for you over here in Texas while drinking some hot chocolate. Is it Alaska? No, we're in northern Canada. But I was struggling to get this to start in the cold. So now I got to let it warm up for 10 minutes or so. I got to back my truck out of the way so I don't run into it. It's so cold up here. My door latch on my truck is frozen. We gotta slide in. My door latch is frozen on my truck, and so I am unable to close my or open my door from the inside. And I had it into the shop, and I was hoping they could just throw some de-icer on it for me. Open the door panel, throw some de-icer, and instead they quoted me $1,000 to replace the door handle, the mechanism, but it's not actually broken. So why would I replace it? I just noticed I got a burnt out tail light on the skid steer. Hey, look at that. We fixed the tail light. Just had to give it a little bit of a hit. This is uh this is turning into a real shindig. Okay. I need to fix the lighting for you guys. So 1 second while I try to fix this. I'm struggling with it. I got a light mounted to it, but keeps popping off of a bracket that I have. So let me try to get it back on. Bear with me, guys. This live stream should be titled Homesteading Headaches or the Struggles of Homesteading in the Winter. Because I am struggling. Every step of the way has been a struggle tonight. I literally have a headlamp mounted to my tripod to try to keep light on for you guys, and it is not working so well right now. It keeps popping off of the strap. Okay, there we go. That's no, it just popped off again. Life is a struggle when you're on a homestead, struggling to stream because my headlight is dead. Okay, I think that's good. We got to go grab the forks now. Uh, we got to go grab the forks to lift a hay bale, and then I can feed it in. So let's go grab the forks. I have them. Where do I have them? I saw them last, I think, in my fenced in area. I think I dropped them off over this way. And Compa says, come on, y'all, hit that sub button and let's show the channel some love. Thanks, y'all. Let's keep the live going. Okay. Thank you for that. And I think my forks, when I saw them last, I left them over here. Yeah, right there. Um, do I want to carry them? No, I do I want to carry them or do I want to drive all the way around? We need this brush because I think, do I know? Yes, my not that I'm generating any solar right now because it's night, but my solar panels need to be brushed off. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. They work a little better when there's no snow on them. By a little, I mean a lot. Okay, these ones are rough. Oh, okay. Sorry, I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm just trying to get the snow mostly off my solar panels here. Good enough? Better? Better than it was. Okay. I know, Gabby. You hear the skid steer. I am going to bring you a hay bale. That's right. I got the skid steer fired up. I just needed to warm up first. Okay. And Compass says, don't carry. Lucky says, Diddy is solar. Crystal says, people have a weird view on the word love. What's your view on the word love, Crystal? Compass says, what do you do in the situation of ice on the panels? Generally, you don't get ice buildup on the panels because they do collect heat from the sun, and so they do melt themselves off fairly well. And so it's generally a non-issue. My table is mostly open and in a weird position. I don't know what happened there. Anyway, and Kaya says, I'll send boys who think they have a hard life your way to have a look-see. Then they can compare whether or not they have it tough or if they think they are cruising. Yeah, I mean, I had this conversation with a friend not long ago. I've got a friend who also lives quite the adventurous lifestyle. And I was just talking about how if everything went smooth, you'd have no challenges, no tribulations in life. And how do you build character if everything works? Everything works smooth. How are we doing? It's the engine's still cold. Uh, We got to give it another. It's at -6 Fahrenheit on the engine, so we got to give it another 5 minutes or so. Got to give it another 5 minutes or so. We don't want to run it when the engine's too cold because that's when you cause damage or blow lines. I don't want to blow a line on it. Uh, just thinking about what I got to do. And kids nowadays are weak. They cry about everything. Kaya says, preach, brother. And Turned Up says 35 degrees Celsius here in Canberra, Australia. It's about -12, maybe getting closer to -15 up here in northern Canada. I'm a little icy, not bad. Uh, yeah, but let the machine warm up for a little bit, and then we'll go hook the forks onto it. Then we'll get a hay bale, and we'll put a hay bale in. I don't really like putting more than one in at a time because I don't like the donkeys overeating. And then they also spoil a lot more hay because they'll spread it out on the ground and then just give up on that hay bale and go to the next one. So I'd rather just do one at a time to make sure they eat it all before I put the next one out. And D says -13 in southwestern Ontario. It's about the same up here in the far north of Ontario. We're about the same. This morning was -22, -23 Celsius. It was nasty. And Combe says, do you get a lot of rain in the year? Um, I don't know. We get pretty moderate weather. Where I am, I'm inland, so I'm not right on the ocean or anything like that. So Depending where you are in Canada, you're going to get the different weather. Like if you're closer to the ocean, it's going to rain a lot more. I'm more inland. We got a lot of freshwater lakes, so we do get quite a bit of rain. But I don't know. I would say we probably get more sun than rain. Where I am, we don't have to worry about the fields being dry or too wet. We'll put it that way. The farm fields, yeah, we get good growing weather, just not enough sun. We don't get enough sun, so our growing season's really short. And Dee says that they get lots in Southern Ontario. And spring and fall, lots of rain. Yeah, the spring gets rough because we get all the snow melting. So if we get a year where we've got, 4 or 5 feet of snow, um, then we're gonna have a rough spring because that all melts and super saturates the ground, floods the lakes, washes out the roads. Our springs can be nasty. Our springs can be bad. Often, what happens is ice builds up in our culverts, and then when the spring heat comes in, it melts all the water, but the water can't go through the culverts, and so it washes out our roads, our back roads, our bush roads. They'll get washed away. Sometimes the entire culvert will lift and pull out. Okay, we're gonna see how the machine feels by driving it now. We're gonna move it a little bit, get that engine up. It's going to be a little bit on the loud side, guys, but we're going to see what we can do. It is warming up. Yeah, I'm trying to position the camera in a not bad way. Oh boy. It's a little slippery on the controls. We're going to go get the forks. While we're over here, we're going to do a little back planing by the gate. A little bumpy. Hi, Gabby. I have a chain there on the ground. I didn't realize it was in the bucket, so we got to hang that up. Okay, sorry if that is loud and obnoxious, guys, but that's the life. Got to grab this chain. And the forks are right here. I only really need one of them for this job. So we'll just grab this guy. I hear you, Gav. I'm coming with some hay. Okay. Ugh. Tilt that up. And be careful with the back. Thank you, I will. So I got to just bolt my fork onto here. Sorry, I'm just trying to bolt the fork on. I need to do some modifications to this fork. I'd like to do some welding on it. But for now, I think it'll get the job done. Okay. So now we're going to go grab a bale of hay. Bumpy ride. I bought a tracked skid steer specifically for this, that I could go anywhere in the winter. A little unicorn horn. My skid steer is getting excited. Okay. Here's how we do this. Voila. Oh boy, hard to see. This is fun. Now I'm gonna try, but I don't want to damage my fence. I wish I could just I shouldn't even try. I wish I could just drop the bale over the fence, because now I gotta open the gate without letting the cows out. Struggle. I gotta dangerously climb over. I hate going under, but I have to go under to get out of here with the bale. Okay, there we go. I know, Gabby, I'm trying to give this to you. So you got to stay in here. Don't break out of the fence. No, Gabby, stay. Gabby, I'm coming in with the bale of food. I'm coming in. Then I got to try to get her back. Gabby. Okay, everyone. Look out. A little horn. Guys, I don't want to crush a goat. Orion has a death wish. Orion, get out from under the bale, my boy. I'm a little scared to move because I got all the babies there and I don't want the fork to fall off or anything. Guys, I actually swiped away somehow. Everyone is a little too close for my comfort. I want to push them all to the other side, so I got to try to squeeze out of here. I got to squeeze out because I don't want the fork to pop off and fall on anyone. What's that? I was trying to get the animals out of my way. Uh, can you just shove these guys out of the way so that I can back up? I don't want the fork to fall on anyone. My wife came out to give me a hand. Yeah, I gotta crawl back in here somehow. Bear with me, guys. The struggles of the homestead, my friends. Give me 1 second. Let's get these babies. And Compass says, hi to your wife. And Freshly Wild says, tell them to move. Yeah, and then I gotta go close the gate behind me. All the animals are in here. The cows are around. But I gotta close the gate behind me once I get out of here. And then while I got this skid steer running, I might clear a couple paths. Okay. Nobody behind me? Okay, all clear. Successful. I'm gonna set this fork down with the other fork just over here, and we're going to we gotta do a little bit of back blading while we got the machine running. We might as well do some back blading. Successful operation, my friends. Metal chain I can hang up over. Okay, that was a success. Thank you. Okay. Now let's drive this somewhere and do a little bit of snow clearing while we got it. Hey guys, I know this is bumping. Just want to backplane by the house. Good enough. Good enough. Sorry, guys. That was probably hard to listen to and hard to watch, but we got it done. Oh, there we go. So that's that, girl. That job was done. Um, I am going to wrap this up, guys. I appreciate you guys sticking that out with me. I know that was a bit of a struggle to watch and deal with. The machine's bumpy and a challenge to keep it smooth operating, but I appreciate you guys. We're going to end this live stream, but I want you guys to know I started a new YouTube series. It's called Forest Thoughts. Episode 0 is kind of a meme, but I posted episode 0. Episode 1 is going to launch this Sunday around 8 a.m. Central. So if you guys want to see our new YouTube series, long form series, the first episode's about 9 minutes long. It's called Forest Thoughts. Episode 1, we're going to talk all about snares. I'm going to show you guys how to make a snare. I'm going to show you how to make a trap knot. I'm going to show you how to make a trap knot out of rope and out of metal cable, as well as a metal wire snare, how to use them, how to set them up, how to read the forest floor, and all that fun stuff. So if you guys want to learn a little bit about that, check out our long form videos. And if you want to kind of get a better feel for what I'm talking about, check out my intro video, episode 0. Until next time, guys, have a fantastic night. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for sticking it out with me. And we will talk again later. Take